Welcome back to the channel, Rams fans. We have some absolutely explosive news coming out of SoFi Stadium today that is going to change the entire trajectory of our final regular season push. Before we dive into the madness of these roster moves and what Sean McVay is planning for the Arizona Cardinals, I need you to do something for me right now. Comment the city you are watching from in the comments below. I want to see how far the Rams house reaches. Also, if you bleed blue and gold, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a breaking update about our team. We are on the road to the playoffs and you need to stay informed. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. The Los Angeles Rams are making moves that are sending shockwaves through the NFC West. We are talking about a mix of massive returns, undrafted surprises, and a departure that nobody saw coming at this stage of the season. The primary headline, of course, is the official return of Tyler Higbee. This isn't just a roster activation, it's a spiritual boost for an offense that has been grinding without its primary safety valve. Tyler Higbee, the veteran tight end who has been a staple of the Sean McVay era, is finally back from the reserve list. This move comes just 3 days after he was designated to return from injured reserve, showing that the medical staff and McVay believe he is ready for full contact. Why is this so urgent? Because the Rams just added rookie sensation Terrence Ferguson to the injury report with a hamstring issue. Ferguson is listed as doubtful, meaning Higbee isn't just coming back to participate, he might have to carry the load immediately. Think about the history here. Tyler Higbee has been with this team through the highs and lows. He was there for the Super Bowl LVI run, providing that crucial intermediate passing threat that opens up the outside for guys like Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Over the last 3 seasons, Higbee has consistently been a top 10 tight end in terms of targets and reliability. In 2022, he hauled in 72 receptions for 616 yards. In 2023, he remained a focal point before the devastating injury. Missing the last 6 games of this season has been a massive hurdle for Matthew Stafford. Stafford himself couldn't hide his excitement. He called Higbee a glue guy, but admitted that even that term is an understatement. When you look at the stats, Stafford's completion percentage on third down traditionally jumps by nearly 5% when Higbee is on the field versus when he is sidelined. That is the difference between keeping a drive alive or punting the ball back to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. The context of this game is everything. We are facing a divisional rival in the final tilt of the 2025 campaign. Every decision McVay makes right now is under a microscope. But while we celebrate the return of #89, we have to talk about the darker side of these roster moves. The Rams officially waived Larrell Murchison. This is a guy who has been a rotational piece for us since 2022, appearing in all 16 games so far this season. Why now? Why cut a veteran defensive lineman who has recorded 4.0 sacks and 30 stops during his tenure right before the most important stretch of the year? Murchison was a former 5th-round pick by the Tennessee Titans and found a home in LA after being claimed off waivers. He has been a reliable backup, starting 3 games when the injury bug hit our defensive line. By waiving him no recall, the Rams are signaling a massive shift in their defensive philosophy, or perhaps making room for a late-season signing that hasn't been announced yet. This move thins out our defensive depth at a time when fresh legs are vital. Historically, the Rams have been aggressive with their roster, often favoring youth and speed over veteran stability, but cutting a guy who played every single game this year is a gamble that could backfire if an injury hits the front 3. To fill the void left by these shifts, McVay and Les Snead have elevated 2 former undrafted free agents, Jack Heflin and Tanner Ingle. This is a classic Rams move. We love our diamonds in the rough. Tanner Ingle has only seen 31 snaps of regular season action, mostly on special teams, but the coaching staff sees something in him. Jack Heflin has a bit more mileage, having spent time with the Packers, Giants, and Saints. This tells me that the Rams are looking for specific athletic profiles to counter the mobile threat of the Cardinals. They are prioritizing speed and special teams versatility over the traditional defensive line weight of Murchison. It's a high-stakes chess match. As we look back at the history of the Rams' roster management under McVay, we see a pattern of these late-season cleansing moves. Remember when the team moved on from key veterans right before the 2021 playoff run? It's all about finding the right chemistry at the right time. The return of Higbee provides the offensive chemistry, but the loss of Murchison creates a question mark on the defensive interior. How will this affect the cap? How will this affect the locker room morale? Stafford's comments suggest the locker room is high on energy, but losing a consistent teammate like Murchison always leaves a mark. We have to analyze the upcoming schedule and the implications of these moves. If we beat Arizona, we solidify our positioning. But if the defense fails because of a lack of depth, the questions will be directed straight at McVay's office.
This is the drama of the NFL. One day you're a starter, the next day you're looking for a new home, while a veteran star returns to reclaim his throne. The stakes have never been higher for Los Angeles.
Continuing our deep dive into this Los Angeles Rams roster explosion, we have to look at the cold, hard numbers and the tactical reality of what Sean McVay is doing. The activation of Tyler Higbee isn't just a feel-good story, it's a financial and strategic necessity. Higbee is currently in the middle of a significant contract that reflects his value to this franchise. By bringing him back now, the Rams are essentially saying they need to justify that investment for the postseason. If you look at the tight end market, finding a player who can block at an elite level and catch 70-plus balls a year is nearly impossible. The Rams have struggled in the red zone over the last 6 weeks, dropping from a top 5 efficiency rating to the middle of the pack. Higbee's presence alone changes how defenses have to play the Rams. You can't just double-team Cooper Kupp or bracket Puka Nacua when you have a 6'6" monster like Higbee roaming the seam. This is going to open up huge lanes for Kyren Williams in the run game as well. Now, let's talk about the shocking departure of Larrell Murchison. To understand this, we have to look at the defensive snap counts. While Murchison played in 16 games, his percentage of defensive snaps had been steadily declining over the last month. The Rams are moving toward a more positionless defense, favoring hybrid linebackers and smaller, faster defensive ends who can chase down mobile quarterbacks like Kyler Murray. Murchison, while solid, is a traditional 3-technique player. By waiving him, the Rams save a bit on the prorated veteran minimum, but more importantly, they open a roster spot for the elevation of Tanner Ingle and Jack Heflin. Let's break down Tanner Ingle. He's an undrafted free agent out of NC State who was a tackling machine in college. The Rams are thin at safety and special teams depth. By bringing Ingle up, they are betting on his 4.4 speed to shut down the Cardinals' return game. Jack Heflin provides that big body interior presence, but with perhaps a bit more juice in the pass rush than what Murchison was providing lately. This is a prove-it moment for these young players. If they fail against Arizona, Les Snead will be roasted in the media for cutting a reliable veteran like Murchison. Rumors are already swirling on social media and Reddit that this roster spot might be being held open for a veteran defensive tackle who might be released by a non-playoff team in a salary dump move. Could we see a reunion with a former Ram, or perhaps a veteran looking for one last Super Bowl ring? The fan sentiment is split. Half the fans are ecstatic to see Higbee back, while the other half are worried that the defensive line depth is now dangerously thin. If Bobby Brown III or Kobe Turner gets a localized stinger, who steps in? We are playing with fire. Looking at the matchup against the Arizona Cardinals, this game is a chess match between McVay and Jonathan Gannon. Gannon knows the Rams' personnel well. He will try to exploit the fact that Higbee might be rusty and that the defensive line has just lost a veteran rotation piece. But McVay is a master of disguise. He telegraphed the Higbee move to keep the Cardinals guessing about the rookie Terrence Ferguson. It's classic gamesmanship. Let's look at the financial implications further. The Rams have been very careful with their cap space as they prepare for a 2026 season where several key contracts will need restructuring. By moving on from Murchison now, they avoid any late-season injury guarantees that could have complicated the offseason. It's a cold business, but this is how the Rams stayed competitive even after the all-in Super Bowl year. They are ruthless with the bottom of the roster to ensure the top of the roster has the support it needs. My analysis? The return of Higbee outweighs the loss of Murchison. An elite quarterback like Matthew Stafford needs his security blanket. We've seen Stafford struggle with timing when forced to throw to third-string tight ends. With Higbee back, the entire playbook opens up. We can run more 12 personnel, which has historically been McVay's most successful formation. This allows for better pass protection and more creative route concepts. As we wrap this up, the message is clear. The Rams are going for the throat. They are willing to sacrifice veteran depth to get their stars back on the field and to test out young, hungry talent in the biggest moments. This Sunday against the Cardinals will tell us everything we need to know. Is this team ready for a deep playoff run, or will these roster gambles be the reason we fall short? I want to hear from you. Do you think waiving Larrell Murchison was a mistake? And how many touchdowns do you think Tyler Higbee will have in his return game? Drop your predictions in the comments right now. Don't forget to like this video if you found this analysis helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Rams content. We are your #1 source for everything Los Angeles Rams. From the practice field to the front office, we've got you covered. Thanks for watching, and as always, whose house? Rams house. See you in the next video.